who just do it in the spheres of both paid work and family. I remember enthusing about the films Working Girl and Baby Boom. I started my first job in an advertising agency during the last year of my undergraduate studies, and I have been in paid employment ever since, including various part-time jobs during my master's and PhD studies, and the full-time academic employment I entered since completing my PhD in 2003. Like my grandmother, baking my two sons their favourite biscuits and cakes gives me immense pleasure, as do many other aspects of motherhood. Like my grandmother and my mother, for me, being in employment was never a question. However, unlike them, with my mother's incredible support, I was fortunate that I could pursue a career in a profession I chose and about which I am passionate. Also, unlike them, I do complain about work. The women I interviewed for this book chose a path that is significantly different from mine: to leave paid employment and become stay-at-home mothers. However, there are also many commonalities between our experiences. Though I grew up in Israel and they grew up mostly in Britain, and some in the United States, Europe and Latin America, we were exposed to similar messages and promises, and often to similar popular representations of femininity in the 1980s and 1990s. We belong to a generation that has experienced both the benefits and the fault lines of growing up in the wake of the feminist movement and the increasing dominance of neoliberalism, with the profound challenges and painful emotional injuries their imbrication has produced. This book tells the story of the conditions that have shaped these women's, and to an extent their generations, experience of family and work under neoliberal capitalism. I am deeply indebted to the women and men who shared their intimate experiences with me. This book could not have been written without their generosity and candour. Introduction. Laura was born in the 1970s. One of 4 children, she was brought up in a council estate in the north of England by her bricklayer father and a mother who worked as a night nurse, a job that allowed her to take care of her children during the day. My mum never stopped. Both my parents always worked and worked really hard, and financially things were a struggle when I was young, Laura recalls. They didn't particularly have any leisure interests, or any spare money to pursue any leisure interests. They worked hard so that we could have our holidays in the caravan. Bless them. As a teenager, Laura remembers watching the 1984-85 miners' strike that dominated Britain's television screens. The 1980s, she says, ushered in kind of a different new era. Neoliberalism was fast advancing as the UK government designed and implemented aggressive policies geared toward intensified privatisation, market deregulation, and the opening of the national market to international trade and capital. The withdrawal of the state from many areas of social provision proceeded apace. Under Ronald Reagan in the United States and Margaret Thatcher in the United Kingdom, the Fordist model gave way to downsized industries, the manufacturing base declined, and the economy became increasingly dominated by the service sector. As a consequence, there was massive male unemployment, alongside the opening up of formerly male-only sectors of the labour market to young women, which offered them an array of new opportunities. Messages about women's choice, empowerment, and independence began circulating widely in popular culture, and there was a growing emphasis on girls' academic attainment. Young women like Laura encountered discourses of girl power, which insisted that they could not only do whatever they wanted in the labour market, but that they could also combine a profession with motherhood. The image of a self-assured, attractive middle-level female manager with 2 happy children in school or daycare, a smooth functioning household, thanks to all the new